Rule number one, do not have a ticking clock in your production. Hello, bit of a different video today because user Jeff asked me a number of questions, one of which was about how I set up my shoots and the gear that I use. So I'm gonna detach this camera now and take you around this very setup before also taking you upstairs to my office setup too. All of the gear that I mention you'll be able to find at this card, also link in the description. Please note that some of those will be affiliate links, but this is all stuff that I use personally, and there will be no extra cost for you to buy in any of this gear. So this is my current setup. I have, it's kind of an assembled bag of stuff from different kit. So as you can see, one of them was a Photo Geeks softbox lighting kit, but that's only just one of those. And the rest of the stuff is actually from a full green screen studio setup by a company called Exclavan. All of this stuff's going to be linked to in the description. So I would stand about here. So this is what I would see. So I've got the two soft boxes, basically like key lights, and I'm not a production expert here, so please pardon anything that I get wrong. Those kind of key lights kind of keep the shadows from my face. Then I've got this main light which is lighting me. Just noticed one of the bulbs are gone, so I need to sort that out. And then I have a Manfrotto tripod here right in front of me, and the camera would normally sit on top of that here, looking downwards at me, not just to get rid of my double chin, but for a better angle. You'll notice that I've blocked out the light behind the camera, but I'm letting in the light in front of the camera. That's so I can control the lighting a little bit more. And then I've got this other light, just adding some light into the background in case it gets darker. In terms of camera, this is my Canon 700D. It's not top of the line DSLR, but it does what I need it to do. And that camera is also known in other places around the world as a Rebel T5i. It's got this front facing screen which is really useful for self shooting, and I'm just sticking it on autofocus, so I don't need to muck around with aperture settings or anything like that. I just hit record and go, just make sure it's in focus and then hit record. And then this on top is a Rode microphone. It's a Rode Mic Pro. I was choosing between that and the Rode Mic Go, which is the more inexpensive option, but I chose to go with the higher priced one just because it's got a better sound quality, and it means that I need to do less in post-production to take care of that. So that's here, yeah, in my office, still taking shape, and eventually it will look a lot nicer, like an actual studio. At the moment it's still just a load of mess and half of my kids' old playroom. So I've got a normal stand here that just came part of my green screen, and on top of that you'll see the same camera and mic setup that I used previously in my bigger studio setup. And this beautiful thing here is a newer, I think that's how you pronounce it, ring light. Again, link to that in the description. And this is the only light I use for this setup, relying on the natural light from the window behind me. The only problem with the newer ring light, it doesn't attach to a normal screw top tripod, so this does need to go on a more like a light stand. So this needs to go on a light stand, not on a normal tripod. So unfortunately I can't use my Manfrotto tripod, so it's a little bit more unstable. Also it doesn't help that I've lost the nut out of to clamp it on, so I have to jam it on. I'm working on getting a spare part for that. But this is really it. The light just plugs into the mains, and I can stand here and record, and it provides just enough light to get a decent picture, although I do need to stand a lot closer to the lens than I normally would. Also, my Canon doesn't attach directly onto the light as a screw top. It doesn't have a thread on it or a screw, so you need to get one of these hot shoe, I think it's a hot shoe adapter, no matter what it's called. I will link to that as well in the description below. That's also from Nua. So guys, I hope that gave you some help. As I say, I'm not a production expert. That is all of the tools that I use. It's enough for me. It does the job that I need it to do, and it doesn't look terrible. If you think it does, let me know in the comment below. But if you really want to take your production to the next level, I'm going to link in the description below to a course by my very, very good friend Caleb. I've worked with him before. He makes the most beautiful self-shot YouTube videos. He's a gear expert, tech expert. So check out that course. And don't forget, if you want to check out any of the gear that I've showed you in this video, you can click here, and that will take you to my resources page on my website. And also, if you want to check out the rest of the videos that I've uploaded every day so far in August, you can click here for my Vader playlist. See you soon.